Welcome to the AI Coach by Anil Nathu. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a topic that's reshaping the future of business. Autonomic systems.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you heard of these? Autonomic systems.
Yeah, definitely.
Think of it like this. What if your business processes could run as smoothly and intelligently as a self-driving car? That's
Yeah.
the promise of autonomic systems.
And the AI Coach by Anil Nathu, it really breaks down why this is such a game changer.
Yeah.
We're not talking about simple automation here.
Right.
Autonomic systems go way beyond that. These systems can actually learn, adapt, and make decisions on their own.
Oh, wow.
It's like having a team of super intelligent assistants working tirelessly behind the scenes
Okay.
to optimize everything.
So it's not just about automating tasks.
Yeah, no.
It's about creating systems that can think for themselves.
Exactly. And that's where the three core characteristics of autonomic systems come in.
Okay.
Autonomy, learning, and agency.
Okay.
Autonomy means these systems can operate independently, making decisions without
Right.
constant human intervention.
Got it.
Learning implies they get smarter over time, analyzing data, adjusting their behavior accordingly.
Okay.
And agency means they have a purpose, a specific goal they're designed to achieve.
Okay. So they're independent, they learn, and they have a purpose.
Exactly.
But what does this actually look like in the real world? What are some examples of autonomic systems in action?
Imagine a manufacturing line that can automatically adjust to disruptions. Let's say a key piece of equipment malfunctions.
Okay.
An autonomic system could reroute materials, reassign tasks, even adjust production schedules on the fly to minimize downtime and keep things running smoothly.
That's amazing.
Or think about IT systems that can predict and prevent failures before they even happen.
Wow.
By constantly monitoring network traffic and system performance, an autonomic system could identify potential issues
Okay.
and proactively take steps to resolve them.
Wow, that's impressive. No more frantic calls to IT support at 2:00 a.m.
Exactly.
These examples are just the tip of the iceberg,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
I'm guessing we're going to see autonomic systems popping up in all sorts of industries.
Absolutely. Anil Nathu highlights a wide range of potential applications in the AI Coach.
Okay.
From supply chains that optimize themselves in real time to smart energy grids
Oh, wow.
that balance power distribution intelligently.
Yeah.
The possibilities are truly mind-boggling.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
And this is why autonomic systems are becoming so crucial right now. The business world is changing faster than ever before.
For sure.
Traditional approaches to automation simply can't keep up with this level of complexity and dynamism.
So it's not just a cool technological advancement, it's a necessity in today's business environment.
Exactly. Businesses are facing unprecedented challenges, increasing competition,
Right.
globalized markets,
Yeah.
rapid technological advancements. To survive and thrive in this environment, they need systems that are agile, resilient, and intelligent.
Okay.
And that's precisely what autonomic systems offer.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a major shift in how businesses operate.
We are.
But what's driving this autonomic revolution? Why are these systems emerging now?
There are several converging forces at play.
Okay.
One is the increasing complexity of the business world, as
Right.
we've already discussed.
Yeah.
Another is the phenomenal progress we've made in artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Okay.
These technologies provide the brains behind autonomic systems,
Yeah.
enabling them to learn, adapt, and make intelligent decisions.
So AI is the engine that makes all of this possible.
Precisely. And then there's the constant pressure on businesses to do more with less,
Of course.
to cut costs, boost efficiency, and maximize productivity.
Sure.
Autonomic systems offer a way to achieve these goals by automating complex tasks, optimizing processes, and reducing downtime.
It's like having a team of tireless, hyper-efficient robots working 24/7 to improve your business.
It is.
I can see why companies are so excited about this.
Yeah.
And Anil Nathu explores all these factors in detail in AI Coach, right?
He does. And he also highlights some of the key technological enablers that are making autonomic systems a reality.
Like what?
One of these is the concept of digital twins.
Digital twins. What are those?
A digital twin is a virtual replica of a physical system.
Okay.
It could be a manufacturing line,
Okay.
a supply chain,
Got it.
even an entire city.
Wow.
By creating a digital twin, you can simulate different scenarios and test how an autonomic system would respond in various situations.
That's incredibly useful. You can essentially test drive your autonomic system in a safe virtual environment
Exactly.
before deploying it in the real world.
Precisely. It allows you to fine-tune the system's behavior, identify potential problems,
Right.
and ensure that it's robust and reliable before it goes live.
It's like a simulator for autonomic systems.
It is.
And this is something Anil Nathu discusses in the AI Coach.
Yes, he delves into the use of digital twins for developing and testing autonomic systems. And he also covers another key technology: reinforcement learning.
Reinforcement learning.
It's a type of machine learning where the system learns through trial and error.
Oh, interesting.
It's like teaching a dog a new trick by rewarding it for good behavior.
Okay.
With reinforcement learning, an autonomic system can experiment with different approaches,
Yeah.
learn from its mistakes, and gradually improve its performance over time.
So they're not just following pre-programmed instructions. They're actually learning and adapting on the fly.
Exactly.
That's pretty remarkable.
It is, and it's one of the things that makes autonomic systems so powerful. They can handle complex, dynamic environments that would be incredibly difficult to manage with traditional automation approaches.
Okay, so this all sounds incredibly promising.
It is.
It's like the future of business is arriving right before our eyes.
It is.
But I have to ask, are there any downsides to all of this?
Sure.
I mean, it can't all be sunshine and roses, right?
You're right. There are challenges. And one of the biggest is the issue of non-determinism.
Non-determinism. Okay.
Because these systems are constantly learning and evolving, their behavior can be a bit unpredictable.
Unpredictable? Wait, that doesn't sound so good.
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
What if an autonomic system makes a decision that we don't understand?
Right.
Or that has unintended consequences?
That's a valid concern, and it's one that we need to address carefully.
So how do we manage this unpredictability?
That's a critical question.
How do we ensure that these powerful systems are used safely and responsibly?
That's a critical question, and it's one that we'll explore in more detail in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
But for now, I'll just say this. Building trust in autonomic systems is essential.
Yep.
And that trust comes from transparency, rigorous testing, and careful consideration of the potential risks and benefits.
Okay, I look forward to diving into that more in the next part.
Yes, it will be an interesting discussion.
Absolutely.
For sure. Welcome back to our deep dive on autonomic systems.
So we talked about these intelligent systems in a general sense, but how can our listeners, people already following AI, actually apply this knowledge?
Yeah.
It's one thing to grasp the concepts, but another to see the real-world value.
You're right. The AI Coach by Anil Nathu doesn't just explain what autonomic systems are. It guides you on how to think about them strategically. It encourages you to ask, where can I leverage these systems to gain a competitive edge?
So rather than blindly jumping on the bandwagon, we need to approach autonomic systems with a discerning eye.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that these systems are incredibly powerful tools, but they're not a magic bullet for every problem. Implementing them effectively requires careful planning and a deep understanding of both their capabilities and limitations.
That makes sense. So where should businesses start? How do they identify the areas where autonomic systems can make the biggest impact?
Anil Nathu recommends focusing on areas where traditional automation falls short.
Okay.
Look for processes that are highly complex, involve lots of variables, or require real-time decision-making.
Okay, so anything that involves a lot of moving parts and rapid-fire decisions.
Exactly.
Can you give us some concrete examples of where autonomic systems shine? Maybe something our listeners can relate to.
Absolutely. Let's say you're in the supply chain world.
Okay.
You mentioned an interest in supply chain optimization.
Right.
Imagine using a digital twin of your entire supply chain to test how an autonomic system would react to disruptions like port closures or sudden demand spikes.
Okay.
This lets you fine-tune the system before real-world deployment.
That's brilliant. You can essentially run simulations to see how the system handles different scenarios.
Right.
Identify weaknesses and optimize its performance before it's managing real goods and resources.
Exactly. It's like having a crystal ball that lets you peek into the future and prepare for potential disruptions. And that level of foresight can be invaluable in today's volatile global markets.
So in a field like supply chain management, where unexpected events can throw everything off course,
Absolutely.
an autonomic system could be a game changer.
For sure.
What other areas could benefit from this kind of intelligent automation?
Well, think about IT systems.
Okay.
They're often complex and require constant monitoring to ensure smooth operation.
Yeah.
An autonomic system could monitor network traffic, identify security threats, and even apply software patches automatically.
Yeah.
Freeing up your IT team to focus on more strategic tasks.
It's like having a 247 IT team that never sleeps and can anticipate problems before they arise.
Yeah.
That could save businesses a ton of time, money, and headaches.
Absolutely. And the applications extend far beyond manufacturing and IT.
Okay.
Think about healthcare, where autonomic systems could personalize treatment plans.
Oh, wow.
Monitor patient health remotely, and even assist with surgery.
Wow, so from factories to hospitals.
Yeah.
These systems have the potential to revolutionize how we work and live.
They do.
It's incredible to think about the possibilities.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Right.
and talk about the challenges.
Right.
We touched on the issue of non-determinism earlier.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on that?
Of course. As these systems learn and evolve,
Yeah.
their decision-making processes can become quite complex. It's not always easy to understand exactly how they arrive at a particular decision,
Right.
which can make them seem unpredictable.
So it's like they have a mind of their own,
Yeah.
and we can't always decipher their logic.
Yeah, think of it like training a dog.
Okay.
You can teach it basic commands, but it might still surprise you with its actions.
Okay.
With autonomic systems, we're essentially teaching them to think. So those surprises need careful management, and that's where trust becomes paramount.
Trust. How do we learn to trust systems that can make decisions we don't fully understand?
It's not about blind faith. It's about building confidence through transparency and accountability.
Right.
We need to develop ways to monitor and audit these systems, to understand their decision-making processes, and to ensure they're aligned with our values and goals.
So it's about creating systems of checks and balances to ensure these intelligent machines are working for us, not against us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But trust isn't the only challenge, is it?
No, it's not. Another major hurdle is the skills gap.
The skills gap. What do you mean?
Designing, implementing, and managing autonomic systems requires a specialized skill set that's currently in high demand.
Okay.
We need to invest in education and training programs to equip people with the knowledge and expertise to thrive in this new era of intelligent automation.
So it's not just about the technology itself.
No.
It's about having the right people in place to harness its power effectively.
Exactly.
And that means equipping them with the right tools and knowledge.
Exactly. And this is where resources like the AI Coach by Anil Nathu can be incredibly valuable.
Okay.
It's a fantastic starting point for anyone who wants to learn about autonomic systems, understand their potential, and begin developing the skills needed to implement them successfully.
It sounds like we're all going to have to become a bit more tech savvy.
Yeah.
Regardless of our chosen field.
To some extent, yes. But it's not about becoming coding experts.
Yeah.
It's about developing a basic understanding of how these systems work and how they can be applied to solve real-world problems. And it's about cultivating a mindset of continuous learning, of being adaptable and open to embracing new technologies as they emerge.
So it's about being curious, staying informed, and being willing to adapt.
Exactly.
Those are valuable skills in any field, especially in a world that's becoming increasingly driven by technology.
Absolutely. And it's important to remember that this transition to a more automated world won't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's a gradual process. And there will be challenges along the way. But with careful planning, a focus on education and training, and a commitment to responsible innovation, we can navigate this new landscape successfully and harness the power of autonomic systems to create a better future.
We've covered a lot of ground in our exploration of autonomic systems, from the basic principles to the potential applications and challenges.
Yeah, it's been quite the deep dive.
As we wrap up, I'm curious to hear your perspective on the bigger picture.
Sure.
Where do you see this technology heading in the next few years?
It's an exciting time to be in this field.
Yeah.
The advancements we're seeing in AI and machine learning are truly remarkable, and they're paving the way for even more sophisticated and capable autonomic systems.
Right.
I think we'll see these systems becoming increasingly integrated into the fabric of our businesses and lives, handling more complex tasks, and making decisions that would have been unimaginable just a few years ago.
It's almost like science fiction becoming reality right before our eyes.
It really is.
But with all this potential comes responsibility.
Of course.
Anil Nathu emphasizes the importance of ethical considerations in the AI coach.
Right.
And I think that's a crucial point to highlight.
Absolutely.
How do we ensure that these powerful systems are used for good and not for harm?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And it's one that we need to be asking ourselves constantly as we develop and deploy these technologies.
Right.
It's not enough to simply focus on the technical aspects. We need to be mindful of the social, ethical, and economic implications as well.
Okay.
We need to ensure that these systems are designed and used in a way that aligns with our values and benefits society as a whole.
So it's not just about building smarter machines, it's about building a better future with those machines.
Exactly.
And that requires careful thought, open dialogue, and a willingness to address the ethical challenges head on.
Absolutely. We need to be having conversations about bias in algorithms, about data privacy, about the potential impact on jobs in the workforce.
Sure.
These are complex issues, and there are no easy answers.
For sure.
But we need to be engaging with these questions actively and thoughtfully.
It's a reminder that technology is never neutral.
Right.
It's shaped by the people who create it.
Yeah.
And the choices we make about how to use it.
For sure.
And as we enter this new era of intelligent automation, it's more important than ever to be mindful of those choices and their consequences.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And that's where resources like the AI Coach by Anil Nathu can be so valuable.
Right.
They provide a framework for thinking about these issues critically and for making informed decisions about how to develop and deploy AI responsibly.
It's not just about understanding the technology, it's about understanding its place in society and our responsibility to use it wisely.
Absolutely.
So for our listeners who are eager to embrace the potential of autonomic systems, what advice would you give them? Where should they start?
First and foremost, educate yourself.
Okay.
Learn as much as you can about these systems, their capabilities, and the challenges they present. The AI Coach is a great place to start, but there are also numerous other resources available online and in libraries.
So step one is to become informed. What about practical steps? How can businesses start incorporating autonomic systems into their operations?
Start small.
Okay.
Don't try to boil the ocean.
Right.
Identify a specific problem or process that could benefit from autonomic capabilities. And pilot a solution.
Okay.
Maybe it's automating a repetitive task in your accounting department or optimizing inventory management in your warehouse.
Okay.
The key is to gain experience, learn from your mistakes, and build your confidence gradually.
It's a reminder that innovation is often an iterative process.
It is.
You don't have to have all the answers up front.
Right.
It's about experimenting, learning, and adapting as you go.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to seek out expertise. There are consultants and vendors who specialize in autonomic systems and can help you navigate the complexities of implementation.
Right.
Partnering with experts can accelerate your learning curve and help you avoid costly mistakes.
It's a reminder that you don't have to do this alone.
Right.
There's a growing community of people who are passionate about AI and autonomic systems. And there are resources and support available to help you succeed.
Absolutely.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into the world of autonomic systems.
It has.
I feel like I've gained a much deeper understanding of not only the technology itself, but also its broader implications for business and society.
Yeah, for sure.
And I hope our listeners feel the same.
I hope so too.
Thank you for joining us today. Visit the AI Coach website for more AI insights by Anil Nathu.